Good afternoon. My name is Tim Fulton, and one of the greatest honors of my life is to be the president of Murray State College. And one of my favorite times of the year is May. And the reason is we start to recognize all of the hard work that's been accomplished. I also like it because we get to see the family and the friends of people who come out, the people who are behind the scenes and making what we do for a living possible by doing all the other things so that the students can focus on the things that are most important in their educational journey. It says in the script here that my job is to welcome you. Welcome. We're really excited that you're here. We're excited about the capping ceremony because it really has more to do with momentum than anything else. I'll talk about that in just a second. Everybody in this crowd is important. But sometimes I get the honor of standing up here when I get to recognize someone who didn't expect to be recognized. When I get to recognize someone who, if I know this lady, probably doesn't feel like she deserves to be recognized, which is really the reason we want to recognize her. She's the perfect balance and the kind of person who makes everybody in the room that she's in better, particularly when you're talking about nursing. She is nervous today. I've never seen her nervous before. You want to know why she's nervous? Because, thank you for asking. Because Bracy Gray is one of the students being capped today. And our very own Dean of Nursing, Brandy Gray, who is exceptional, is here with her, and she's about to watch her daughter be capped with everybody else in this. How about a round of applause for the Gray family? She would be the first to tell you that it is not her, which means she plays a pretty big spot in it. She would be the first to tell you that it's the faculty. Did you know our faculty run nursing programs over 220 miles all across the southern edge of Oklahoma? And maybe into North Texas. Just don't tell the Texans about it. What our faculty do and how they step up and the spirit in which they do their work inspires others. And if you ask me, they're the best faculty in the United States of America. Will you please help me recognize the nursing faculty? That's good. There's one other person that's really important, and that's Emily Dean. She is a mom, and she is married to the IT director, and she is somebody who stands on her own 2 feet, not just as a nurse, but as a member of her community. And I know that Dean Gray would be upset if we didn't recognize her as well. Will you please help me recognize Emily Gray? My job, I'm almost done, really, I promise. My job is to remind you of where you are in your journey. You see, the most important step in any journey is the first step, the last step, and every step in between. Students, you are in between. And whoever's child that is, that's the sound of music to us. At Murray State College, we're a family. And we understand something that I bet you have come face to face with. You see, life is more about momentum than it is about motivation. When you first came, I came to your initial class meeting, and I told you that this would likely be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. How is my prediction so far? Pretty good. I want everybody to notice only the students laughed at that. Faculty, they just sort of smiled. It's supposed to be hard. You see, it's the struggle that makes you strong. Sometimes it takes time to make your courage strong, your skills strong. Sometimes it takes time to learn how to not sleep and still perform at your best. One of the things I shared with you on day one is that I have been married to the nursing profession for more than a couple of decades now. And what I know, having been through that, and having been through multiple nurse pinnings and graduations with my wife, is that nursing school, above all else, will test your sense of humor And you're feeling that more now than you will at any other time in the program. The other thing is that it reinforces that it doesn't have to be perfect to be honorable. Hear that. It doesn't have to be perfect to be honorable. And there are some of you who are raising an eyebrow and say, you haven't met my faculty member? But the truth is, they don't expect you to be perfect. They do expect you to be accurate. They do expect you to be smart and thoughtful. They also expect you to be caring and compassionate, strong and sincere. You swam halfway across the ocean. I thought it might be interesting for you to see what they're saying about you as you're halfway through your journey. You are the Tishomingo cohort. You are the largest cohort. And what we see anytime we put a group of people together, the larger the group, the more likely it is that that group starts to break off into factions. We call them cliques. Clique is not a good word. You want to know what your faculty say? You don't do that. And that you're exceptional because you don't do that. You stay focused on the work. You stay focused on the goal. You stay focused on what's important. And they recognize that about you. And it shows in their behavior if you'll pay attention enough to see it. The other thing they say is that you are from a wide range of generations. And I love how this is written for me. It says they represent a wide range of ages, from 19-year-old students to those returning to school. I missed the number in some of that. But the idea isn't about how long you've been alive, right? The idea is what your experiences are. And can you make each other stronger because of that range? That's the way they see it. And you should too. They say that you take guidance and use feedback to improve. They say that you've demonstrated professionalism both in the classroom and in the clinical settings. Been doing this a long time. Like I said, been to a lot of nurse events. The clinical setting is really where the trial happens. The clinical setting is where we determine if you have what it takes to be what we need you to be for you to continue in the program. They tell me about you that you are quick to learn and you are quick to apply new skills. They also say that you are resilient, motivated, and committed to becoming the best nurse you can be. As you walked in, for some reason, I looked down, and when I did, I caught a glimpse of my lapel. And see, I gave away my lapel pin just before I came in, and I love doing that. I love taking Murray gear off and putting it. But the one I gave away was an American 250 pin. It's got American flag, 250 years of independence. Did you all know that? This July 4th, it'll be 250 years of America. We're celebrating it on our college with a variety of things. And anytime I get to be in front of somebody else, I talk about the fact that there are some places in America, particularly on college and university campuses, where they have convinced themselves that it is fashionable to be against America. At Murray, we don't think like that. At Murray, we realize that this gathering, this college, and our way of life would not be possible were it not for the sacrifice, were it not for everything that went into being an American, if it were not for the last 250 years of experience and grit and work. And how cool is it that we're here to celebrate you during the same time? How cool is it that you will be the first graduating class after we've celebrated 250 years of the greatest governmental experiment in the history of man. One of the things that I like to point out is that for where you are in your educational journey, you're halfway. And what I'm supposed to say is, go get them, try hard. What I want to say, having talked to the faculty and looking in your eyes now, is you got this. I'm looking at you, Miss Gray. You have got this. To everyone who is here this afternoon, we appreciate your support. I offer a sincere thank you on behalf of everybody in the Murray State family, and we ask you to stay the course as well. I am fully aware, acutely aware, that you sacrifice as well. From the little ones, to the parents, to the grandparents, to everybody else. There's great sacrifice in what you're doing in supporting these students. We appreciate you because we appreciate them. And all of the compliments and the motivation that I've just lauded them with would not be possible without you. So thank you, and welcome to Murray State.
May we bow our heads for a word of prayer. Almighty God, we come before you with our hearts full of gratitude and awe for the strength, wisdom, and grace you have poured into every student reaching this milestone. You are the author of purpose, the giver of vision, and the sustainer of every journey. And today we exalt you for carrying students through every trial and triumph. Lord, thank you for all of the faculty that truly care about developing their students. As we celebrate this achievement, we ask that you continue to be a beacon of light for Murray State. May your love continue to shine and guide our hearts. In Jesus' name, amen.
Will you please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chris and Nicole, for leading us in the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Before we move into recognizing our students, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the many people who have supported them throughout this part of their journey. We would like to first recognize the Murray State College Board of Regents and their leadership and the leadership of Murray State College, including President Dr. Tim Fulton, Provost Becky Hinthorn, Executive Vice President Justin Kellum, Vice Presidents Ginger Cothran, Jordan Frazier, along with the Assistant Vice Presidents and Deans. Thank you for your continued support of the nursing program. Behind every one of our students is a team of faculty and staff who are deeply committed to their success. Each day, they invest their time, knowledge, and energy into teaching, mentoring, and supporting our students while holding them to the standards expected in the nursing profession. As we gather to celebrate the class of spring 2027, we recognize that today marks an important milestone. These students have reached the halfway point in the nursing program. Over the past 2 semesters, they have put in work, faced challenges, and growth both academically and personally. This small accomplishment and it sets the foundation for, This is no small accomplishment, and it sets the foundation for the nurse each of them is becoming. I would like to specifically recognize the nursing faculty. The work you do each day is not easy. You invest countless hours preparing, teaching, guiding, and supporting our students. Often behind the scenes, your high expectations, dedication, and commitment to excellence are what shape these students into safe, competent, and compassionate nurses. Your hard work truly makes a difference, and it does not go unnoticed. Thank you. To our faculty and staff across the campus, thank you for the many ways that you support our students along the way. Your contributions are appreciated and help make the moments like this possible. And to the families and loved ones here today, thank you for the encouragement, patience, and support you have given throughout this journey. This milestone belongs to you as well. At this time, we would like to recognize and celebrate academic accomplishments for the class of spring 2027.
First, we have the Academic Award. This award is a testament to more than just strong academic performance. It represents dedication, passion, and a commitment to excellence. Our recipients have consistently demonstrated these qualities throughout the semester. The Academic Award is Garrett Hallman. Next, we have the Clinical Excellence Award. Clinical excellence is not just about mastering skills, but about embodying compassion and empathy and delivering exceptional care to patients. Our recipients have consistently demonstrated these qualities, making a significant impact in the clinical setting. The Clinical Award recipient for the ADA Clinical Group is Chris Grimmett. The Clinical Award recipient for the Ardmore Clinical Group is Brianna Reeves. The Clinical Award recipient for the Durant Clinical Group is Lexi Shields. Next, we have the Citizenship Award. Citizenship goes beyond the classroom and clinicals. It's about contributing positively to the broader community. The recipient has consistently demonstrated exceptional citizenship by actively engaging in community service, showing compassion, and fostering a sense of unity among peers. The Citizenship Award is Nicole Gillum. The next award is the Spirit of Inquiry Award. Beyond the confines of textbooks, this student has shown an innate curiosity that transcends the ordinary. Their thirst for knowledge not only benefits their own growth, but also fosters a culture of inquisitiveness within our academic community. The Spirit of Inquiry Award recipient is Onyinye Agwaniyu. Next, we have the Grit Award. Grit is more than just a word. It's a quality that propels individuals through challenges, pushing them to achieve remarkable feats. Today, we recognize 2 individuals who have shown extraordinary grit, not just in their academic pursuits, but in facing and conquering adversity with unparalleled determination. The Grit Award goes to Candace Harwood. Thank you and congratulations again to the class of Spring 2027 on your accomplishments.
Today, I have the privilege of introducing Paige Maxey, one of our nursing students who will graduate this Friday. Just 1 year ago, Paige was sitting where you are now, celebrating the same milestone and preparing for the next part of the nursing program. Paige was invited to speak today because she has consistently stood out to nursing faculty as a high-performing student and a positive light within her class. She is known for her strong work ethic, genuine care for others, kindness, and willingness to support her peers. Her resilience and dedication have brought her to this moment, and we are proud to have her share a few words with you today. Please join me in welcoming Paige Maxey. Tomorrow, I walk across the stage and receive my pin, marking that I successfully completed nursing school. But 1 year ago today, I sat where you are right now at the halfway point. I remember thinking, okay, I survived 1 year, surely I can survive a second. And if I'm being honest, there were days that I thought, maybe this just isn't for me, or I don't think I'm cut out for this. And let's be honest, nursing school has a way of humbling you really fast. 1 minute, you feel like you're understanding the material, and the next, you're staring at a test question like it's a foreign language. If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you don't fully know what you're doing sometimes, you're right where you're supposed to be. Because being in the middle is the hardest part. The excitement that you felt in first semester is beginning to wear off, but the finish line still feels really far away. You're balancing life outside of school, work, friends, family, motherhood, fatherhood. It's not just nursing school that's stretching you, it's everything. And life doesn't pause for exams or slow down for clinicals. At moments, you feel like you're being pulled in every direction at once, yet somehow you've kept showing up. There were nights when I was completely exhausted, stressed, overwhelmed, wondering how I was gonna make it through the next exam or the next clinical or sometimes even the next day. And no amount of caffeine was enough, trust me, I tried. And I ended up in SBT. So hopefully y'all just finished cardiac, so you should know what that means. Nursing is about much more than what you know. It's about how you care for people in their lowest moments. It's about the way that you speak to someone who's scared, and the way that you show patience, kindness, and compassion the same to everyone. There are gonna be moments in this next year that challenge you, moments that maybe break you, moments that you're gonna carry with you long after your clinical or preceptor shifts. And in those moments where I felt like I wasn't enough, I was reminded that I didn't have to be. What carried me through was my faith in Jesus, that I wasn't alone, that even when I felt weak, I could lean on something stronger than myself, and that changed everything. And here's something that I didn't fully understand at the beginning, that these moments that feel like they're making the journey harder are actually preparing you to be an incredible nurse. And in those moments, I hope you remember this, that you weren't meant to do this alone. And my strength in God, when I had nothing left to give, time after time, He met me there. Not by making everything easy, but by giving me the strength to keep going. And now, standing here at the end of this journey, I can tell you that it's worth it, that there's divine purpose in your struggle. So keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because one day, so much sooner than you realize, you're gonna walk into a patient's room not as their student, but as their nurse. In one of the most vulnerable moments of their life, you'll be the someone that they trust, the someone they look to for comfort, for guidance, for care. And that's not just a job, that's a calling. So look around this room, the people sitting next to you. They are going through the same long nights, the same stress, the same moments of doubt. They understand this journey in a way that no one else can. Lean on each other, study together, vent to each other, pray together, and for one another. If you're like us, you might have a prayer leader in your class. Shout out to Toby. And laugh together when things feel overwhelming. Because sometimes laughter is the only thing that gets you through a tough week. Celebrate the small wins because they matter more than you think. Because whether it's your future patients, your best friend, your spouse, little eyes watching you at home, you're showing them what perseverance looks like. So don't lose sight of why you started. And if I can leave you with one thing, it is this, that you are capable of more than you think. You are stronger than you feel. And you're being shaped for a purpose that is bigger than this moment. You've already made it halfway. Don't stop now.
Thank you, Paige, for those encouraging words and for sharing your perspective with us today. Before we begin the capping portion of today's ceremony, I want to take a moment to recognize what this milestone represents. The nursing cap is one of the oldest symbols in our profession. While it is no longer worn in clinical practice, it continues to represent a nurse's commitment to service, discipline, and compassionate care. For each of you, this moment marks the halfway point in your nursing journey. Over the past 2 semesters, you have built a strong foundation, developed new skills, and grown in confidence. This is more than simply moving forward. It reflects the hard work, resilience, and dedication it took to get here. This cap symbolizes honor, being trusted to care for people in their most vulnerable moments, courage, facing challenges, adapting when things change, and pushing yourself further than you thought you could, resilience, the long nights, early clinicals, and moments of doubt that you worked through to get here, hope, the hope you will bring to your patients, their families, and your communities. You'll also receive a candle today. This is another important symbol in nursing. It connects back to Florence Nightingale, the lady with the lamp. She walked the halls at night, offering comfort and steady care to the wounded. Her light became a lasting symbol of compassion and dedication that still guides our profession. Your candle represents that same light. It is the light of knowledge, purpose, and service that you will carry forward. Even in tough or uncertain moments, nurses are often the steady presence others rely on. As you continue learning and growing, that flame represents the strength of your commitment and the impact you will one day have. Receiving your cap and candle is both a responsibility and a celebration. You are halfway there, halfway to the career you've imagined, halfway to changing lives, and halfway to stepping into a profession that needs your heart and strength. As you move into the next phase of this program, hold on to what this moment means. Let the cap remind you how far you've come, and let the candle remind you of the purpose and light you will carry into the world as nurses. On behalf of the faculty and Murray State College, we are so proud of you. At this time, I would ask the front row of students to please stand and make your way to the stage as we begin the capping portion of today's ceremony.
Onyenye Guaniru. Carla Ballou.
Abigail Barrientos. Rajay Beasley. Shelby Bird. Riley Eastley. Courtney Edwards. Taryn Finch. Taylor Gage. Sigourney Garcia. Nicole Gillum. Gracie Gray. Sydney Griffin. Chris Grimmett. Braden Harris. Candace Harwood. Garrett Holman. Aaron Koss. Rebecca Martin. Kerrigan McCaskill. Cadence Merchant. Sydney Navarrete. Teresa Nestor. Abigail Nunley. Abby Odell. Tara Reese. Brianna Reeves. Bodie Shahan. Lexi Shields. Hunter Smith. Ashley Van Ness. Matthew White Buffalo. Micah Williams. Marion Wilson. Signey Woods. Sydney Wright.
After the Compassionate Care Pledge, we kindly ask the audience to remain seated as the sophomore class exits. Following the ceremony, please join us for refreshments and pictures in the Health Science Building. Thank you for celebrating this special occasion with us. As a nurse dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge that I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns, act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care, apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients, exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements, accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence, promote, advocate for, and strive to protect the health, safety, and rights of the patient. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. I take this pledge voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by.
Like I don't care.